Hey YouTube, what's up? And JT Sasuke. I'm here to bring you my review for Doctor Who. So, jumping right into this one. Sorry for being so late. Another wave of laziness hit me with a lot of school things, and that carried over into my reviews. But you will be getting all of my reviews within the next couple hours, hopefully. So, hang in there. Moving right into this. I'm going to cover two storylines of Clara's as the Doctors. I'm actually just going to summarize them. I usually go into thick detail, but I'm actually just going to say what happened and not really talk about what they say. So, jumping right into this one, basically, Cybermen surround Clara, and they're about to take her prisoner, and Clara decides to lie about being the Doctor. Now she does end up talking about how she's a great liar. That's when the Cyberman comes up from behind her and says that she is, knocks her out, kills the other Cyberman, and when we come back, she's in the graveyard. She gets up to the Cyberman. She starts talking to him, and he ends up getting mad. He drops a piece of paper that he has in his hand, takes off his mask, and Danny ends up asking her to cut off her emotion. She makes a phone call to the doctor saying to help her do that. The doctor refuses, so she's then pissed off, throws her phone, and she tries to shut off his emotions. Whew. Sorry about that. Now, we move into the doctor storyline, and it's simple. People start surrounding the metal men, the Cybermen, I should say, and start taking selfies with it. And the doctor is trying to get people to go away, but no one is. He's utterly amazed that the human race would sit there and be like, that would sit there and just be like, really? So the random metal men come out of nowhere, and you're taking selfies with them. But anyways, um, so just as Missy, or the mistress, I should say, I'm calling Missy. So just as Missy's about to take a selfie with the doctor, well, one of the Cybermen that she created, the girl with the inhaler from the day of the doctor who works for UNIT, she comes out of nowhere, takes the cell phone, and she says 1, 2, 3, now. And a bunch of UNIT soldiers come in and they hold everybody hostage that is not the doctor or human, so basically Missy and the Cybermen. They hold them all hostage. The leader of UNIT comes out of nowhere, and Missy is just like, no, the Cybermen is like, your human weapons cannot work on us. And just like, no, you guys left this the last time you were here. So things have changed. So basically, they have weapons that can now hurt Cybermen. So that's interesting. I like how the human race is advancing in technology. So after that, they end up knocking out Missy, and they end up knocking out the Doctor. After the Cybermen decide to fly into the air, and all the Cybermen from the tower of the building that they just came out of, they all go into the air. They all form into a cloud, and it starts raining. And after it starts raining, that's when they knock out Missy and they knock out the Doctor. When we come back, they are inside some type of base with an airplane in it. They have the TARDIS being put on the ship, if I on the plane, if I remember correctly. Missy is locked up on the ship, and the Doctor gets put on the ship after he gets let out of incarceration. As he gets on the ship, they talk about a protocol that the entire world came together to make, saying that in the event of a global catastrophe that one nation or all nations couldn't handle themselves, they will put one person in a position of power to control the entire world. Now, obviously, she said the name president, so the doctor was like, yes, yes, let the president be in charge. Let the president of the United States be in charge so that way he can blow everything up. And he's like, no, 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 no. It's not the president. It's not the president of the United States. And he's just like, okay, well, what idiot did you get? And she was like, you're looking at him. You're on board. I said, you're in control, Mr. President. And the doctor was like, hold up. Like the look on his face was like, I'm the president of the world right now. And it's interesting, and that's a very smart move of them to make the doctor the president of the world. And as long as he's on that plane, he is the president of the world. Um, so basically, after that, well, they found out that what the rain doing is creating cybernetic water, and the cybernetic water seeps into organic matter and brings it to life and converts it into Cybermen. So what the water is doing, it's raining over all the graveyards in the world, turning the dead into Cybermen, which means they're going to have an enormous army of Cybermen that's then going to kill off the human race, make even more Cybermen. Then they're gonna go into the universe and kill off everybody and make more Cybermen. That is an awesome ass way to conquer the universe. It's a terrible way, but it's awesome as shit. So, with that being said, we have Missy. She basically eggs the girl with the inhaler to come talk to her. And she does. And that's when Missy is just like, I'm gonna kill you in a minute. The girl's like, yeah, whatever, walks back. And she starts counting down. When she gets to one, she's like, check your pockets. She sees that Missy's handcuffs are in her pockets. I don't know why I was doing this. I don't have fucking handcuffs. But she sees that her handcuffs were in her pocket. That's when Missy incinerates the two guards behind her. And then she grabs her and tells her to say something nice. And that's when she was like, look, I'm actually a lot more useful to you alive than dead. And she was like, actually, that's a fair point, but I'm insane. So, killed her. And then after that, she called the Cybermen. Now, a bunch of more Cybermen ended up attacking the plane. They threw one dude out a window. The leader of unit and the doctor went down to see what was going on with Missy. They seen that she was basically, like, she was not incarcerated. She ended up tearing off one of the parts of the plane, and the leader of unit went flying out of there. The doctor started yelling at her, saying, you didn't have to do that. She was like, oh my god, I am a mad woman, and let's see how you survive this. Bye. And she teleports off of the plane, and she actually goes into the nether sphere. So the doctor ends up flying out of the plane as well, but he uses the key to have the TARDIS home in on him. Eventually what he ends up doing is he goes into the graveyard and he walks up to Clara, who is still trying to fix all of... Well, she's trying to flip all the switches around the inside of this hole on his chest. Of Danny's chest anyways. That's when the doctor walks up to him and just like, look, you can't do this. If he does that, he's gonna kill you. She was like, no, he's not. And he was like, yes, he is. He's gonna become nothing more than a killing machine. But that's when he realizes that he's a Cyberman. He can see what they're going to do next. So he starts asking Danny, what are they going to do? And Danny's like, I don't know. Doctor's like, you're a Cyberman, of course you know. He was like, I don't know because this filter is still on. If you want to know the information, I have to turn it off. That's when the doctor turned to Clara. He was like, I have to know. And Clara was like, fine, give me the screwdriver. Doctor gives her the screwdriver. Doctor turns around. She was like, point and think, right? He's like, yeah. She was like, I love you. Danny's like, I love you too. She was like, that's the last time I'm going to say that. And he was like, I know. She then uses said sonic screwdriver to point and think and turns off his emotions, which allows him to see exactly what the Cybermen are going to do. And basically what I said earlier about the Cybermen basically creating the cloud and taking the dead and raising the army is what they're going to do to the universe. And the doctor's like, how do you stop it? And Danny's like, it can't be stopped. That's when Clara runs over to him and hugs him, and the doctor's like, no, don't do it. That's when Missy comes out of nowhere, and she's like, hi, I'm back. She then ends up yelling into the... I think it's some type of bracelet. I can't forget. I can't remember. It was like a week ago when I seen this. But she ends up yelling into her bracelet and commanding the Cybermen that's in the cemetery. And she says, I made this. I made this army and it's all yours. Tosses it to him. And she's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? She's like, because I want my friend back. You want to be the good guy? You want to save the universe? Now you have an army to do it. And the more people they kill, the more people you gain. So go ahead, save the universe. And you could see the doctor was very tempted to do it. He started having flashbacks about all the times he was questioning whether if he was a good guy or not. And that's when he realized something. He's not a good guy. But he's not a bad guy. He's an idiot with a box. And an army like this can only be commanded by one kind of person. He yells, P.E. catch. And Danny catches it, puts the bracelet on, or actually it just slips onto his wrist. And that's when Danny ends up commanding the army and saying that, and telling them that we're going to stop this cloud. Each and every one of the Cybermen fly up into the air, into the cloud, and explode. That's when I said that's when the doctor is looking at Missy, and Missy is just like, so maybe the two of us can go off, just me and you, to see the world again, the universe. And the doctor was like, I don't know. All of a sudden, Clarence just like, don't move. She had the incinerator, and the doctor was like, whoa, 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 Clara, chill, chill, chill. Give me that. She was like, no, because you're just going to let her go. No, 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 I'm taking her with me. I didn't say I'm going to let her live. Clara was like, are you just saying that? He was like, if that's the only thing to keep you from depressing that button, yes. She gives him the incinerator, and all of a sudden she gives the doctor coordinates. And the doctor was like, what? And like, Gallifrey. He was like, what do you mean Gallifrey's in another universe? She was like, no, it's been back where it is all along. You mean tell me that you saved Gallifrey, but you never thought to look where it originally was? That's when she gets shot. We look around and we see that the leader of UNIT is saved, and he's like, there's only one way, and that someone caught her. So she looked around, she seen a Cyberman, found out it was the Cyberman's father. Turned out it was the leader of UNIT's father. Now her father worked with the doctor before she did, and all her father wanted was for the doctor to salute to him. So the doctor finally saluted to him, and the Cyberman saluted back, flew into the air, and exploded. After that, we get a scene where Clara is sleeping. She remembers the doctor saying that the watch, not the watch, but the wristband has the kind of power to open a portal from the afterlife to bring people back. So she ends up hearing a noise in her hallway, so she goes to see what it is, and it's Danny talking from the other side saying that I found a way to do this. She was like, so hurry up and come on back. And he was like, look, there's only enough power for one trip. And she was like, okay, so come on. Somebody comes through and it's not Danny, but it's the boy that he killed when he was a soldier. She tells her that he loves her and to help him find his family. And then the portal disappears. I'm assuming Clara does help him find the family. But what ends up happening is that, what ends up happening is this. Clara ends up basically in a cafe, and she's waiting for the doctor, and the doctor comes in and she's like, where have you been? I've been waiting for you for a couple weeks now. She was like, yeah, I know, I've been busy. And she was just like, look, I have to tell you something about Danny. He was like, yeah, I know, you and Danny, you're doing good. I'm glad to hear that. You're just worried about the old man, so you can't come with me anymore. I understand. I found Gallifrey. That's when we start seeing the doctor when he went to go find Gallifrey. Turns out that the mistress was lying. Before she died, I don't think she did. I think they just didn't show her regenerate. But before she died, she told one final lie, but the doctor lied to Clara and said that for the first time ever, she didn't lie. And that made Clara kind of happy, and basically that prompted her to lie to the doctor saying that her and Danny were going to be fine, so go. They end up having one final hug, and then they walk out of the cafe, which is where the doctor says a final goodbye, gets in the TARDIS, and we have Clara walking off. Now, when they hugged in the cafe, she asked the doctor why he doesn't like hugs, and he was like, because it's just another way of hiding your face, and she was crying. So, now, with that being said, the biggest shocker to me was the end of Clara's run. This basically dawned to me that Clara is no longer a companion. So, I don't know, I'm shocked. But I know I said in my previous videos that I know that Clara was gonna be pushed away, but I don't know. But it was a good episode. It was a great ending to a season. I can't wait to see what happens next. Peter Capaldi was brilliant. I hope that he stays for at least another 2 seasons, like David Tennant and Matt Smith did. I can't wait to see who else travels with him, and I wonder how she's gonna have, that great grandson that looks exactly like Danny. Maybe she's already pregnant. Who knows? But thank you guys for watching. That's my review. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.